Now let's talk about another number operation, which is division. In this case, we'll be looking at two examples we can relate with. The first one, Ray and Blue, they were given 4 apples and they have to share it equally. And in the second instance, we have 3 high school kids. They received $60 for a summer job and they were to share the amount equally. Now you'll be thinking, how would they share this equally? In your mind, you're thinking division. How do we divide this? So for Ray and Blue, each of them we have to take 1 apple, and then another apple and another apple from a pool of 4 apples, and that way they share the apple equally. Each one will take 2 each. We can just say 4 divided by 2 will give us 2. That's one way. So you can see what you've just done very quickly. The next example talks about 3 high school kids. So they were to share $60 equally. How would they do this? So let's break it down. 10, 10, 10, 10. So the first person will take 10, we'll strike this out. The second person will take 10, we'll strike this out. The third person takes this, we'll strike it out. And the fourth person takes this. On and on goes the sharing. At the end of the day, each person will take $20 each. So look at the process it takes us to be able to divide the money for these 3 high school kids. We could have said 60 divided by 3, and we have 20. So our goal in this video is to be able to help build the anticipation of what goes at the back of our mind when we are playing with these numbers. So we are going to break it down, and in the next video we're going to do 3 ways by which we can calculate, or we see mathematics explain this number operation. So let's look at very quickly 5 or 6 examples. The first one, we have 6 divided by 3. This 6 will be the numerator, and the 3 will be the denominator. Our answer that we arrive at will be our quotient. So numerator is the number that we are dividing. Denominator is the number that is dividing, and our answer will be the quotient. So how do we figure this out? Let's just go by the simple approach. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll lay it out that way. So after writing out the numerator, we ask ourselves, how many times will 3 go in 6? So we can say 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So it will go 1, 2. So that means it's going to go twice. We learned something. This is our numerator. The number divided is the denominator. Our final answer is the quotient. So we're going to go through more examples to help reinforce the concept. So we have 12 divided by 2. What will it give us? Before we start getting into that, we want to identify what will be the numerator. That is 12, and our denominator will be 2. What will be the quotient? We want to break it down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Now the next question we ask is, how many times will 2 go in 12? So we have 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So our quotient will be 6. So our quotient will be 6. Now the third example is a 15 divided by 3. Again, we want to help understand the concept. The number that we are dividing is the numerator. The number that will be helping us to break that division is the denominator, and our answer will be the quotient. So in this case, n will be 15. Our denominator will be 3. And what will be the quotient? We'll break it down. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So the next question we ask again is, how many times can we find 3 in this 15? Then we follow the same pattern. You count 1, 2, 3 every time. And then you can see we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we can see it 5 times. Then the fourth example, we have 16 divided by 4. Again, we want to ask, 16 will be our numerator, 4 will be the denominator, and what will be our quotient? So we have n equals to 16, denominator is 4. Then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Now we ask ourselves, how many times will 4 go in 16? Then we count it. 1 to 4, 4, 4, and 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So that means it's 4. And the fifth example, we have 24 divided by 4. What will be the numerator in this case? Numerator will be 24. Good job. And then our denominator will be 4, because 4 is the one dividing 24. And our final answer will be the quotient. So we can just break it down. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4. So the question again we ask is, how many times will this denominator 4 go in 24? Or how many 4 can we find in 24? So we can break it down and count 4. See, 4, 4, 4. How many times? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that gives us 6. And let's take the last example. We have 30 divided by 3. Now, what will be our numerator again? That will be 30. And denominator will be 3. And what are we saying? How many times will 3 go in 30? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we have 30. So we want to ask, how many times will 3 go in this 30? So we have 1, 2, 3. You can see. So if you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you can see 3 will go in 30 10 times, and that becomes our quotient. So you can take very small numbers, play around with it, and see how all of these work together. So we just learned the basic introduction to number operation, and we're going to build on it in our next video without drawing the stroke. Thank you for joining.